What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, Gervonta Tank Davis is going on the rant. He's unraveling in a good way on his part, in a bad way for the sport of boxing. Gervonta Tank Davis is revealing that he don't want to fight anybody for a legacy. He's simply in it to get a bag and get out. Not for legacy, not to fight the best. And when people are questioning his motive for the sport of boxing, he's getting frustrated. Now, Gervonta Tank Davis has done a few interviews to promote his upcoming fight March 1st against Lamont Rose Jr., WBA Super Featherweight World Champion. Lamont Rose Jr. has 25 wins, 1 loss, 1 draw, 10 wins by way of knockout. He's relatively unknown outside of the fact that hardcore boxing fans know who he is, and he's going to fight Gervonta Tank Davis. Outside of that, 90% of the people don't know who Lamont Rose Jr. is, right? But now, sadly, you have boxing fans that are Gervonta Tank Davis fans that are trying to tell you that Lamont Rose is a great fighter. With that said, he's doing multiple interviews, that being Tank Davis, who is 30 wins, no loss, no draw, 28 wins by way of knockout at 30 years of age, 5'4" with a 67-inch arm reach. And he responds to the pound-for-pound king who's fighting for legacy and is arguably putting himself top 10, no doubt, greatest fighters in boxing history, made a lot of money and is undefeated and fighting the best in Terrence Bud Crawford, who's making the money outside the sport and also carving out his legacy inside the sport. Terrence Bud Crawford is 41 wins, no loss, no draw, 31 wins by way of knockout. He has more knockouts than Tank Davis has fights. He's a 4-division champion, 2-division undisputed champion, and in September, should all go well, and according to plan, he'll be fighting for a 5th division world title and a 3rd division undisputed to cement himself, as he stated, top 5 pound for pound, the greatest in history. With that said, Terrence Crawford did an interview with Cigar Talk and Najee. Shouts out to Cigar Talk, shouts out to Najee. And Tank Davis is emotional about it because he feel like he gave Najee an interview and Najee shouldn't interview anybody that he don't like. Emotional damage, right? And so with that said, Terrence Crawford responded and said he simply does not like Gervonta Tank Davis. He don't like his character. He stated that Gervonta Tank Davis is a great fighter and a great talent, but he just don't like his character as a person, right? And Tank Davis responded. He says, Terrence Crawford stated that all those things that Tank Davis does is because Tank Davis knows that he has security that he walks around with all day long, and he's sheltered. So Tank Davis responds, and Tank Davis says that he'll be at the Barclays Center where he's fighting Lamont Roach, March 1st, without security, and tells Terrence Crawford to pull up. Now, for one, that being Tank Davis, he made a comment where he stated that he would knock out Terrence Crawford. Then he retracted it and said he was only joking. Terrence Crawford is simply too big. Terrence Crawford is 5'8" with a 74-inch arm reach. He's fighting at 154, and now he's going to go to 168, which Terrence Crawford said Gervonta Tank Davis wouldn't dare attempt to be great and attempt to do these jump weight classes. Tank Davis fights at 135, had one fight at 140, and said that 140 pounds was too much for him. But in a recent interview he just did, he states that he would even go up in weight if the right fight presented itself, meaning strategically. With that said, He stated that Terrence Crawford is too big and he was only joking. Terrence Crawford is a world-class wrestler, right? And Tank Davis is telling him to pull up. Now, here's where the cap comes in. Tank Davis knows very well, he knows very well that he's going to be surrounded by security. He's talking about he's going to come to the Barclays Center without security. That's straight cap. And we know he's going to walk around with security. And we know if Terrence Crawford was to come and show up to the Barclays Center, he ain't trying to have no parts of Terrence Crawford. So why invite this energy? And now you want to knock out Najee from Cigar Talk because Najee is doing interviews. It's nasty work. Then he tells you that Shakur Stevenson and Devin Haney are too young and haven't done anything in the sport. But you fighting Lamont Roach Jr., who's done nothing remotely close to what they have accomplished. Shakur is a 3-division champion at unified super featherweight and the reigning WBC undefeated lightweight champion that dominated Jamel Herring, who dropped and beat Lamont Roach. Devin Haney is an undefeated 2-division champion and an undisputed lightweight champion. How could you possibly say that they need to prove themselves? But Lamont Roach didn't. Rolly Romero with 14 fights and 12 knockouts and never fought for a world title and done absolutely nothing in sport. He qualified, but Shakur and Devin Haney does it. It's just nasty work. And now to invite Terrence Crawford to the streets and know that you're going to have security around you, it's just even more nasty work. Not to mention he said he's way more skilled than Floyd Mayweather. It just gets worse by the day. And that's all I got for y'all, man. Terrence Crawford, if he was to see Gervonta Tank Davis. Now, Terrence Crawford don't walk around with security. He has one security, maybe two, and those are his best friends. Literally. Amazing. And that's all I got for y'all, man. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. If you want to fight Terrence Crawford, you don't like him, why don't you invite him to a fight in the ring? You inviting Floyd Mayweather to a fight in the ring, and Floyd Mayweather ain't fighting you nothing under 147 pounds, and possibly 150 pounds at 48 years of age. So if that's the case, then fight Terrence Crawford at 150 pounds instead of looking for a street fight. Make it make sense. And that's all I got for y'all, man. I'm gone. Peace.